the second module, that's module 2, we're talking about basic Excel navigations and data entry. So now we're going to be learning how you can move around Excel comfortably and enter data correctly. This is actually very important because when you master the navigation and data entry, everything else in Excel will become easier for you. So first of all, let's start with moving around the worksheets. Okay, let's start by understanding how to move around uh, the worksheet in Excel. Now I told you that this is the worksheet. Now you can move around Excel in Excel in two ways. Is that you use your mouse or touchpad, or rather you use your keyboard. So using your mouse or touchpad is simply using your cell pointer to do what? Pick anything at all you would want to pick, or do whatsoever you would want to do in Excel. Okay, just use your mouse point or cell pointer. This is called the cell pointer, and then pick on any cell, or rather you move around the Excel worksheet. Okay, so you can use it and click on a cell to activate the cell. Remember, I said this thick border lines is what it means that you have activated that cell, and that cell is ready for data entry. You can also move by using your keyboard. Now, with the help of your arrow keys, with the help of your you have 4 arrow keys on your keyboard. Immediately after control, under shift key and end key, depending on the keyboard you are using. So you see 4 arrow keys there. You see arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, and right. So those are the arrow keys that I'm actually talking about. Those arrow keys you can use to navigate around. Okay, then use enter key, okay, to move can use enter key to move down, or use enter key for your data to be accepted into Excel, and use tab. Also, you can use tab key, okay, to also move to the right. Okay, so those are the keys whereby you can use. Now, for example, I use this is arrow up, arrow down. Okay, this is arrow left, this is arrow right. You can use enter, press enter, and it goes down. By pressing enter, it means accept what is inside and then go to the next. Or I can easily use tab. Tab will go to the right hand side. So I've used those keys. All right, you can also the next one is selecting of cells, rows, and columns. How do you do that? Okay, now let's learn how to select data properly. Okay, to select a cell, once you click once on the cell and it is being selected, that one is quite simple. Now, to select multiple cells, as I shown before, it's for you to use your mouse or your cell pointer. Just click, double click, and then drag to anywhere you want to drag, and you have several cells selected. You have several cells selected there. Now, how to select rows? Okay, if you want to select a row, depending on a row, let's say row 5, I want to select a row 5. Now I'll take my cell pointer, okay, and then point at the number 5 there, and it's going to turn to an arrow facing the right hand side. So I will now click on it. Okay, bam, and you see it selects the entire row 5. Okay, same thing applicable to column. If I want to select a column, let's say column A, or let's say column B, let's use column A. So I'll just do the same. I'll take my cell pointer down or up to column A, and then it turns to an arrow facing down, then I click on it, I click on it, and you see that it is being selected. So that's how to select your row, and that's how to select your column. Now, selecting the entire worksheet. If you want to select the entire worksheet, what will you do? Now, looking at this, you are going to see one, should I call triangle? Is it triangle? Isosceles this, okay, this here. So once you click on this triangle at the top left corner of the sheet, yes, you click on it, the entire worksheet is being selected. So you can do whatever you want to do with the entire worksheet. If you want to delete things in the entire worksheet, you can as well do that. If you feel that there is one or two things data that are being entered into the cell that you don't know of, you can use that and then you take them off. So that's how to select the entire worksheet. Now, entering of data. Okay, Excel allows you to enter different types of data, but mainly it allows you to enter that three which I showed you. So you can enter alphanumerics as well into, and alphanumerics are seen as text data, which is the strings. Okay, now you can enter text, which I showed you, something like this. Excel will accept it. Okay, Excel will accept numbers as well. Excel will also accept date as well. So Excel automatically recognize any data you enter into. Okay, and we have different data types in Excel. So if you want to see the data type in Excel, you go to home and then come here where you have number. Click here, you have a long list of them. If you want more, you click more number formats. You're going to see more data formats you have in Excel. So those are the data types we have in Excel. Now let's go into editing data. How will you edit data in Excel? Okay, sometimes we'll make a mistake, and it is quite okay for someone to make it a mistake. But how will you edit that data if it was a mistake? Okay, now what you do is for you to double click here, just double click, and you have a blinking cursor will be activated. There you can do your editing. That's one way of doing that. Or better still, you just click on it and then click on, press your F2 as function 2. Press your F2 and it's going to be used there. Okay, all right, so that is how you do that. Now the next thing, next one you are to do is editing. When you finish deleting. When you finish editing, how will you delete? So there are different ways. It's either you use, when you have your cell cursor activated, you do what? You do use your backspace. Now, but if the cursor, you don't double click or press F2 and the cursor does not blink, now if you click on delete, if that cell is activated and you click on delete at once, it will take off the whole write-up or the whole content. Okay, so for it depends on where the error is. If it is on the left hand side, you do what? You press what? Your backspace. So backspace will delete a character to the left, while delete will delete a character to the right. So that's how it works. That's how you can delete a data in your Excel. Or better still, undoing data and redoing data, and then do correction. So if you have data which you undo a data which you want to redo, bring back action, and then reverse the action. So remember that Excel, this is a very important tip. Excel does not undo or redo data plenty times or multiple times. So if there is something you did and you want that thing to come back again, you deleted that thing, but you want it to come back again, okay, if you press undo at a point, that thing won't come back again, because Excel memory does not actually accept too much of undos and redos. So you should be very careful when you are doing that. Now, another thing you have to know, this is a very important feature in Excel, is an autofill autofill uh, feature. Okay, so this is what it does. Now, for example, you have something like this. You have let's say you have series of number. Let's try this. I type 1 and I have 2. Okay, so I have like 20 records. So will I keep typing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? It will be exhausting and time consuming. So with that, Excel automatically gives an option called an autofill option for you to fill a series. Okay, for you to fill up a series. Now, how do you do that? When you type 1 and you type 2, make sure you select the two numbers. Have 1 and 2, it is being selected. You select this. So after selecting, you take your cell pointer down to this. You see the rectangle, a rectangle, yeah, or a square, sorry. You see a square at the bottom right corner of the selected range, so, or selected cells. So what you need to do, take your cell pointer down there, it will turn to a thin cross sign, and you need to do what? You left click and then you drag down. It will fill to whatsoever number you desire. If you had like 20 records or 50 records, you do that, Excel will autofill for you instead of you doing the repetition of typing them one at a time. I hope it's really clear. Or better still, you do this, you do January, right there, January. Am I correct? January. Okay, January in the cell. Okay, then this I'll have this after typing. Okay, I have this at the bottom right, and I will drag down as usual, and it will fill in for me. So that is it. Okay, so you can do it to fill down from February, March, April to December. Okay, so that's autofill. That's how to use autofill. We also have something called a flash fill. That one we will practicalize it in the later course. Okay, now let's do some practical data entry right now. Okay, let's take this off. Okay, let's take this off. Now I'm going to type this. I'm going to type this into our sheet. Okay, I'm going to type this into our sheet and see how it works. These headings, let's have here name. Let's let's have their name. Okay, let's have your departments. These are some headings. Okay, let's have your okay, let's have it has overlapped there. Let's have here salary. Okay, let's have here date employed. Okay, just give you series of data which you can enter. Okay, let's enter at least 5 data there. Let's enter first one, peace. Okay, peace is in which department? Is in HR, that's human resource department. Okay, we have the Alice. Alice is in which department? Alice is in logistics. Okay, we have the Ben. Ben is in which department? IT, is an IT personnel. Okay, we have another one. I said 5. Let's use Henry. Okay, Henry is in which department? Henry is in which department? Production. Grace. Grace is in which department? Marketing. Okay, so salary. So we could have a random salary 120. No HR. No, actually no, HR will collect 120. Okay, let's use 500,000. Okay, we have here logistics. Let's use 150,000. Let's use, it's just something we'll just use for example. Is that actually a real sense? Because I see no IT person collecting such an amount. It's really low. Okay, so date, you can put a random date, 3rd for 2013. Okay, 6 5. Oh, let's just undo that. 6 5. You can see how I edit that data now. Okay, 2015. Okay, food 6. Sorry, food 6 2011. This IT personnel is actually staying a long time in this company. 9 2022, and this marketer came on 1st of July 2023. Okay, now if a cell overlap, you can actually do what? You can actually expand that cell to fit what you have there. How do you expand the width of the cell? You take your cell pointer up to the column there, the column lines there, then you double click and then drag. So that's how you do the width, expand the width of the cell. Okay, so now we've entered 5 entries there. We've edited and we've deleted. So you have to do the editing, deleted, and let's try AutoFill as well. Now, trying AutoFill, we are going to see how to add a column. Now, I see I'm supposed to add a serial number here, but I did not, so I'm going to do that right now. See how I'm doing it. I'm taking my cell pointer up here to the column A, and I'm going to click on it. It highlights the entire column A. Remember, I said I want to add a new column. Okay, so and use that as my serial number. So I'm going to come here under my home tab on my cell group. I'm going to use the option called insert cell. Now here I'm not inserting a cell, rather I'm inserting a sheet column. So I'm going to click on the sheet column and you see it's right there. So it has inserted a new column for me, and I will use that as my serial number column. So S/N, that's what you have there. So let's try and see how to autofill that. So I have 1, and you can simply do this, but if you're doing this, it's what is copy series. It's going to copy the same thing you have there at the top down. Okay, but if you want it to have, see there, but if you want it to have that copy or that autofill, this is what you do. You have those 2 numbers selected, so you have 1 and 2, then you select the 2 and then use the fill handle and drag. You can see that it works perfectly well. That's how you got autofill. So you can see there that we've navigated and we have a data entry there. So in this module, we've learned how to move around Excel, how to select cells, rows, and columns, how to edit and enter data, and also delete. You see how to undo, redo, and autofill as well. So in our next lesson, we are going to talk about, that's module 3. We are going to talk about formatting and data presentation. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to SME Digital Tools Academy for more Excel videos just like this one. Thank you.